Hey guys, so I'm back for another school tips video, and I thought this one would be really beneficial because during the school year you're going to have your planner or your agenda, and not everyone knows how to really utilize it in the best way. So this is just a video on how to use your planner and how to use it effectively. Planner is really important in school. You want to use it to stay organized. It's going to be with you at all times. If you need to write down any notes about assignments or projects or exams, you can write them down in here. If you have anything you need to reference back to, it'll probably be in your planner. I love that it's great for planning ahead, and you also have, a little calendar in here. You can write down in detail things about your assignments, and a school planner is just really important for the entire school year. So for your planner, you want to find one that's pretty compact. I like this size just because it fits in my bag easier, and it's just the right size to fit the right amount of information. There are some that are kind of larger that are like a notebook size, but I prefer this one, and this one is by Planet. I do have a review on these if you're interested, and always look for a planner that's gonna give you like the best way to stay organized. Like, I especially like this one because it gives you so much room in here to write down everything you need, and it also gives you, at a glance photo of the whole month, so you can plan ahead as well. And it has also a little note section, so you can go check that out if you're interested. They're really affordable. So my favorite way to organize my subjects in my planner is by color coding them. And you can use like any type of ballpoint or gel pen and just color code your classes. I usually have about 4 to 5 classes, and I assign each one a pen color, so when I look in my notebook I can easily tell what type of homework I have for that night, and it's just much easier that way. Or if you don't have colored pens, and you can just write it in like a regular black ink, and then you can highlight it using different colored highlighters. So either way you can color code it. I just really like to make my planner really colorful, so it just attracts my eye, and then I can see at a glance like what assignments I have from what class. So these are really inexpensive, and they're just highlighters and regular ballpoint pens that you can find anywhere. Another thing that I like to do in the beginning of the semester is I like to go through my syllabus, which is like a schedule of your class telling you when the exams and assignments are due. And I like to actually go through my planner and write those things ahead of time. It'll just be easier because then if you won't forget to write it down, then you won't forget that it's due. So I like to do that ahead of time because in the beginning of the semester I have enough time to really sit down and go through it, and you can like have an idea of how your semester is going to be just by looking at this. And then you can also see when certain exams or big projects overlap, so you can kind of prioritize your time to get those done. Also, when you have big exams or a big project due, you can take your highlighter and like box around it. You can make big stars just so your eye catches it and you'll remember as it's coming up when that's coming up, and like you want to make sure that you prioritize your time so it's due on time. So here we have the month, and you can put everything down here, so at a glance you can tell, okay, on this day I have a huge test, the next week I have a huge project, and you can use your highlighter to box around each box with a certain highlighter that corresponds to that class, so that way it'll be really nice and decorated. So once you're done with this, just go through all of your class schedules, and like in the beginning of each month or the beginning of the semester, you can go through the whole month and see at a glance everything that you have due. In the beginning of the week, you can set your goals for the week. I like to put that on like Monday. I like to write down my goals for the week, put little stars, and then at the end, if you achieve the goal, you can pat yourself in the back and reward yourself for doing that for the week. And if you do write down your weekly goals, then you're least likely to procrastinate. As for writing down your assignments, this is probably the most important part about keeping a planner. When your teacher or professor tells you about an assignment and you want to add extra notes about what your professor tells you, the requirements, then go ahead and write that down in your planner. Make sure your planner has enough room to write that all down so you can always reference it. A planner is great because you can also prioritize your time that way. You can write down your to-do list, and you can put at the top your #1 priority. So if you want to get a certain assignment done ahead of time, and then you have the other assignments that are needed to be done right away. And also set aside some time for you to catch up on readings, to do homework ahead of time, or even just to study. So always have that in your planner, and that way you can really schedule everything and you'll be really prepared. Using a planner is pretty easy. It's really up to you how you want to organize, but I just wanted to share some of my tips on how I love to utilize my planner and how it keeps me organized. And also always have, the things you want to accomplish in your planner, because if you're going to be looking at your planner every day, you want to be reminded of your goals and just what you're working so hard to get to. So yeah, that is my video and my school tips. If you guys have any more tips about utilizing your planner and you want to share, leave them down in the comments. And I'll also have a list of tips on my website. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!